What is going on, guys? Hit the target here, and today I have a little bit more of an interesting NFL related video, not exactly Madden, and today we will be doing the 2020 NFL playoffs bracket. Now, I couldn't find anything online, like a bracket challenge thing, that I could actually pick them. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be recording my screen. I'm on Photoshop right now, and I'll just Photoshop in the logo of who I think is going to move on. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think your Super Bowl is going to be down below. If you have any bold predictions, let me know down below. And be sure to just voice your opinion. This is going to be a video I read all the comments on. I want to talk to you guys, argue with you guys about it. And I guarantee you, I will be correct in the end. But with that being said, let's hop into it and let us do the AFC first. So we have the wild card game. We have the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns just came off of a 2-point victory over the Steelers without Big Ben. TJ Watt, I believe, wasn't playing. A lot of key defensive players and offensive players for the Steelers were not playing. That being said, it's the Browns' first playoff appearance since 2002. They're going to be fired up, ready to go. The Steelers have been lackluster, but they have experience. They have a lot more experience than the Cleveland Browns do with playoff football. And that's just a fact. I believe, as much as I hate doing this because I love to see the Browns succeed, I love to see it. I like Baker Mayfield, but I think the Steelers are just going to play better. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think the Steelers will always pretty much be in control of this game, though, and I think they win the wild card game. So I'm going to go with the Steelers over the Browns in wild card round number 1. So we got the Steelers in round number 1, or game number 1, I should say, but then now we have Colts versus Bills. The Bills are, I believe, almost a touchdown favorite in this game. And, I mean, rightfully so. They have absolutely demolished their opponents. It has been a pretty clean sweep for them lately. And Josh Allen's playing like, if Josh Allen continues to play like he has been, they will run away with this game. The Colts are not a great team, have a great defense, but offensively, you just can never trust Phillip Rivers. And they were lackluster in that Jags game, but Jonathan Taylor literally carried them to victory at 250 rushing yards, and that went very under the radar. But if he went absolutely nuts in that game, they would not have beaten the Jags. And so I am going to say that the Bills run away with this one. I think it's going to be a big victory. Sorry for all you Colts fans out there. I just don't. You're just having a bad time right now, and they had some good wins. They beat the Packers this year, but they're on the road against Buffalo, and it's usually they're in a dome. I believe that's a dome they play in, at least. And so it's going to be a little bit different weather. It's going to be cold up there. I just see the Bills running away with this one. Sorry, Colts fans, but I got Steelers-Bills as the divisional round in round 2. So we got Steelers and Bills set because that would be actually the 2 and the 3 seed. So technically right off the bat, they can't play Kansas City because the lowest seed Kansas City would play would be the 4 seed. So now it's obviously going to be the winner of the Ravens and the Titans. The 4 seed Titans versus the 5 seed Ravens. Now this is going to be a great game, but I think Baltimore ends up winning. Derrick Henry's going to be great. But the Baltimore defense has a fantastic front 4 combined with some insane cornerbacks. Their defense is great. Lamar's been playing great. The run game, they ran for over 350 yards in their last game. Are you kidding me? Like, it is a battle of running games. I think Baltimore runs better than the Titans. I think the Tennessee Titans defense is just atrocious. And honestly, the fact that they're at 11 wins this year actually kind of surprised me. They had so many games where they just didn't look that good. And I think this might be another one where Baltimore just absolutely demolishes opponents who don't show up. And I think they're going to win by a good touchdown or 2. But I definitely have Baltimore winning this game. I don't see the Titans winning. And so a good second matchup of Baltimore, Kansas City. And this is going to do it for the AFC side. Let's hop into the NFC wildcard. So now that our AFC picture is set, we got to go over the NFC. And so we got LA Rams versus the Seahawks. This was a game that they played a couple of weeks ago only, and it was a pretty disgusting game. I mean, it was hard to watch, and Jared Goff, my goodness, he looked bad. The Seahawks defense has looked really good in the second half, but their offense has looked really bad. Russell Wilson has been underwhelming, to say the least, and that offensive line of theirs is not very good, and they don't have a fantastic running game at all. And Jalen Ramsey clamps DK Metcalf every single time they meet. And so I honestly believe the LA Rams are going to end up getting the win in this game. They should have won their last meeting. Jared Goff threw a pick when they were close to the red zone. That's 3 points off the board. He made some he had a broken thumb as well in that game that went unnoticed as well. And so I got the Rams. They're a much better team than they've been putting on. And the Seahawks are a much worse team than I think 12-4 says. They almost lost to the 49ers. They were down 10 points to the 49ers in the fourth and had to make a storming comeback. I fully have the Rams in this. And so technically I can't put the matchup yet because the Rams are the 6th seed right now. So they would probably, well actually, the Rams would, in my bracket, play the Green Bay Packers because I have them as the lowest ranked seed. That's going to just lead me into the other ones quick. I'll do this one quick. Saints, I think they're going to roll over the Bears. I mean, come on. Come on. Really? Do we really think the Bears are going to win this game? I mean, come on. I think they're a 10-point underdog. I mean, and rightfully so. They haven't beat anyone good this year. They haven't looked good. They lost to the Packers by a combined like 40 points in their two matchups. And so they're playing a Saints team who has looked really, really good. I believe they already beat them once this year. They definitely already beat them once this year. And I just completely have no faith in the Bears. Mitch Trubisky against the top 5 defense is just going to be death. I got the Bears running away with that one. And also in the Washington-Tampa Bay game, I mean, come on. Really? Like, Washington, I believe in them. I really want to believe in them. But their offense has to show me something, and it really hasn't showed anything. It's been awful. And I'm just, like, frankly, if their offense was good, they had a good quarterback, I think they would be a full-on Super Bowl contending team because of how good their defense is. But unfortunately, they are only a 7-win team, and the Buccaneers are an 11-win team that has Tom Brady and so many weapons. And it looks like Mike Evans is going to play. So barring a huge miracle, I see the Buccaneers winning that one. So my matchup will be Buccaneers versus Saints in New Orleans, and then Packers versus Rams in Lambeau. All right, for some damn reason, I cannot get the Rams logo to import itself on here, so no worries though. We are going to go back over to the AFC now, and we got the Steelers versus the Bills, and that is a rematch of a previous game in Buffalo, and the game was handled well. I mean, a pick six really changed the complexion of this game right before the half ended, and that is kind of what led the Bills to victory. But those plays happen a lot with the Bills, and the Bills' defense has been playing so good. And Josh Allen didn't even play that great in that game, but I honestly think he plays better. I think the Bills' is enough to stop a pretty lackluster Steelers offense, and I also think that the Steelers defense is going to have a tougher time handling that Bills offense that has so many good weapons. I mean, you got Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, Isaiah McKenzie had 3 touchdowns last week, for God's sake. Who the hell? John Brown is back. You know, you got some great weapons on there. You got Devin Singletary also. And so, all great players, and the offense is great. So, I got the Bills. I got the Bills winning that one. Maybe by a touchdown, maybe by a field goal, maybe by 2 touchdowns. I don't really know. I think it'll be a pretty controlled game by the Bills, though. So that is my prediction for that. So now that I got the Bills, moving on to the championship game. Who do we got next? I mean, Kansas City, Baltimore. It's a good game. It is going to be a great game. I honestly, something about this Baltimore Ravens team. The Kansas City Chiefs have looked very, very, very lackluster lately. Patrick Mahomes, in the last 4 games, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He had that 3 interception game against the Dolphins. It was a bad game for him. And the Ravens, meanwhile, are going into the playoffs, I believe, winning 6 straight. It's either 6 or 5, and they have killed their opponents. I like basing football off of momentum and confidence because the Chiefs resemble a team that I remember so vividly, the 2011 Green Bay Packers. They go 15-1. They destroy everybody. They rest their starters in week 17. They rest Rodgers. They still won the game somehow, but they rest all their starters. They get the bye week, and then bam, they come out and they lose to the Giants. The Giants destroyed them in Lambeau, and it's just like they came off of a Super Bowl victory that year as well, and it's like the Chiefs are in the exact same situation. I feel like they don't want the Super Bowl as much as the Ravens do. I feel like the Ravens have more to prove. The Ravens want it more. I'm going to say the Ravens upset the Chiefs and a great game, but I think eventually the Ravens pull away in a shootout game, and I think the AFC Championship is going to be Bills versus Ravens. All right, so now that we got the Ravens versus the Bills in the championship game on the AFC side, we're going to go back over to the NFC. We got Buccaneers Saints, a fantastic game, and a game that the Saints have actually demolished them twice. And it's not demolished, but they handled their business in those games. And it's the exact same situation. I just don't see the Bucs getting over that hump of the New Orleans Saints. Maybe if COVID strikes or something, but I mean, I think Kamara is going to be playing by then if he's not already playing in the wild card game. I fully have the Buccaneers winning this game. Or the Saints winning this game. I think the Saints are just a better team. Both defenses are good. Both offenses are pretty good. I just feel like the Saints are better in both categories a little bit. I think the Buccaneers are just a little worse. And so I think the Saints come out and they beat them like they have twice already this season. We've seen the matchups. They haven't been relatively close. It's been pretty disturbing both times. One of the games was actually one of the most atrocious things I've ever seen on a football field. So I got the Saints winning that game. And so we got Saints going to the NFC Championship. And now let's talk about the Packers and the Rams. This is a game that I should tell you guys, you probably don't know, I am a very, very huge Packers fan. I've been my entire life. And I got the feeling this year. I got a good feeling this year about this team's offense. The team's offense is very, very good. They go on droughts, but they'll score 3 times in a row with ease. It's so easy for them. And this Rams defense is so good. But I feel as the number 2 rated offensive line in football, this team is going to stop Aaron Donald. They won't stop him completely. Nobody can completely stop Aaron Donald. But Corey Linsley's the best center in football. He's the highest rated center, I should say, in football this year. Elgton Jenkins, one of the highest rated left guards in football. This offensive line can stop him. The run game is super good. Rodgers is playing at an MVP level, and the defense is stepping up. The defense is top 10, and you love to see it. The defense has been doing things the last couple weeks that have been actually unheard of for a Packers defense. So this is a game that I don't think will be that close. I think the Packers will win by 2 touchdowns at least. Maybe a garbage time touchdown for the Rams and an onside kick attempt will make it a 1 touchdown game. But I see the Packers rolling in this one. I honestly do. And we got a Packers-Saints rematch for the NFC Championship. So we got 2 great games now left to decide the Super Bowl. I fully think in the AFC side, this is a game that is really going to come down to who can just play the better defense. And both defenses are very, very good. Both offenses are very, very good. They kind of have a little bit different play styles on offense. I'd like to think, obviously, the Ravens have a very unique offense, but These teams are both coming in extraordinarily hot by this point. They both have won like 7 in a row each, 8 in a row each, and so they will both be red hot. I fully think, honestly, we need to switch this quick because it would be at Buffalo. I think that home field advantage plays a little bit, but not much because they're not going to have too many fans. By this point, they might have 10,000. I think they said they had 6,700 for the wild card game. So by this point, maybe they get up to 10,000. But I just think the Bills are the better team this year. I really do believe that the Bills are the better team, and I'm buying into the hype. I am buying into their hype. I think they win by a touchdown over the Ravens. There's going to be a good game. It's going to be a great game, but I just think the Bills are the better team. I think they impose their will, and I think they win. So I got the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl versus the NFC side. We got the Saints and the Packers. They met once already down in New Orleans, and the Packers won. They won by 7, 37-30, and this would be at Lambeau, which is much different. A dome team coming all the way up in the middle of January. By this point, it's getting late in January. We're talking like the 20th, 21st. That is the worst time of the year to be in Green Bay, Wisconsin. As I went to the Seahawks-Packer game last year in the championship game, the divisional, and it was so cold. Seattle can handle their own though. I think the Saints, both the Buccaneers and the Saints, they're both Southern teams, and one's a dome team and one is a Florida team. So I believe the Saints come in here, they can't handle it like the Titans couldn't handle it. And they couldn't handle us. The good defense of theirs gave up 37 on the Pack. I think they give up a solid number again, 31, 34. I think this is like a 34-27 type game. And I think the Packers advance to the Super Bowl to play the Buffalo Bills. So we got Packers-Bills. Now, I mean, this is just like hard. This is so hard to figure out a winner of this game. Because obviously, I got my Packers bias, but it's like, come on. The Bills are such a good team. Both teams have insane offenses. Both teams have decent defenses. They're pretty much the same. Aaron Rodgers is better than Josh Allen. Not by a whole long shot this year, but he's better than him in general. And he has much more playoff experience. He's been to a Super Bowl before. He's won a Super Bowl before. The Packers, they just are more playoff ready than the Bills. And now the Bills are in the Super Bowl. They have made their way to the Super Bowl by winning 2 games. I just think when the lights shine the brightest, Aaron Rodgers shows up every single time. I mean, all of the games Aaron Rodgers has lost, all of the playoff games, have been because of the defense. Maybe a couple games, but I'm talking championship games. They've all been the defense's fault, or special teams, or something out of his control. And so, with that being said, I think the defense is actually good enough this year to win the Packers a Super Bowl. So with that, I have the Packers winning over the Bills by a final score of 38-34. I think it'll be a shootout. I think it'll be a fantastic game. I'm going Packers 38-34 over the Bills. Aaron Rodgers throws 4 touchdowns and wins Super Bowl MVP. That's what I got. If you guys, hey, if you want to drop a dislike on this video because you don't believe that, so be it. But when you see this is 100% correct, then you don't come crying to me. I promise you. But again, let me know down below what you guys think is going to happen. What is your predictions for this playoffs? It's going to be such a great playoffs. There's so many good teams. I love it. You love to see it. That being said, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a fantastic day. Peace out.